Hi guys, besides here, and in today's video we are gonna learn how to make a game plan. It's gonna be very nice, it's gonna be very fun, and you'll enjoy it. It's gonna be a super nice information here, so let's go right into it. So the most important thing before we're actually going on some games, and we're just taking some random games to try to analyze, try to actually see just the examples that you can see, you know, how to make your own game plan. We have to basically take into consideration multiple things. And what I mean by that is basically like this. So the first thing that you need to make, so why is the game plan important though? So the first of all, when you're actually making a game plan, it is important to make a game plan because if you don't have a game plan, it's going to be kind of hard for you to know what you're doing wrong, what you're doing good, because based on that game plan, you can ask yourself, did I play good this game? Because most of the players, they are like, I need to win this lane. This is how I win in League of Legends. Which is actually, it can be wrong. Because if you're playing a lane phase, let's say, if we actually pull up some draft here, so it's very simple. So if you play a lane like Vayne with Yuumi, and you play against a Caitlyn Morgana, Caitlyn Karma, Caitlyn Lux, Caitlyn whatever, Senna, it's the same thing, and you're like, okay, I need to win the lane. You don't need to win the lane. If you play Vayne, you don't need to win the lane. Winning the lane in this case, as I said, you need to think about the champion that you play. You play Vayne, okay? Vayne into Caitlyn, it's not the best. It's not the best. It's one of the worst. Yeah, some people will say, no, bro, Miss Fortune is worse, and you know, Draven is worse. True, I agree. There are a lot worse matchups for Vayne, but it's still hard. So Vayne has a dynamic, she wants to play very safe. So this is what you have to think about. The first thing when you make a game plan, the champion you play. The thing is, obviously, when you think about the champion, you need to think about also the matchup. This is the second thing, right? Because the thing is, if you play Vayne, you might say, oh, but I want to play safe, you know? True. But if you play Vayne with the Lulu and you play against a Twitch that has, for example, Yuumi or a champion that doesn't really do much on bot lane as a support, then you can be like, yeah, true. It is true that Vayne usually needs to play safe, but not really in this matchup. She can go in, she can jump in, she can do whatever she wants. She has Lulu, a stronger support than Yuumi, and Vayne is good in the early game, well, very, very good against Twitch. Vayne is not bad in the early game in this matchup. In general, she can be, even though she has matchups where she wins the lane, in this matchup, she can win the lane. So in the last matchup, when we played against Caitlyn, we could say, okay, Vayne, if you play Vayne with Yuumi, and you play against a Caitlyn with a Karma, then all what you have to do is conserve HP. Start 3 potions with Longsword, or even start Doran's Shield. Doran's Shield is such a broken item and a very, very underestimated item. After the buffs, it gives you 110 health and 5 health per second. They also buff the passive. It's super good in this matchup. So you can just go Longsword, 3 potions, whatever you want. Personally, I like the shield a lot. So I think it's like really, really, really good. So in this matchup, you just have to, so you want to be like, okay, what is my game plan? Your game plan is to conserve HP. Your game plan is to not lose HP. Your game plan is to be even in CS. If you're even in CS, guess what? You're winning. So when you ask yourself, did I play this game? You press tab and you see if in 10 minutes you have the same farm with Caitlyn against like the same farm compared to Caitlyn, you did good. No, you don't need to get kills. No, you don't need to win the lane. You just need to do your job. Doing your job is different from game to another game, right? And of course, same thing. If we have Lulu and we have Yuumi here and we have a Twitch, then your job is to play aggressive with the Tumble, with the Vayne. You need to play aggressive. You need to hit the minions. You need to get prio. You need to build slow pushes because they shouldn't be able to hit the minions based on the support matchup. So it's more about what is my champion designed to do in this matchup that I'm playing right now. So this is really what it is, and this is how I basically decide specifically based on the matchup. Okay, it's very simple. And of course, you need to have an overall game plan that you need to execute. So for example, as we said, this plan is that Vayne needs to poke them. If I'm Twitch, then the plan is to play for waves and to play for good recalls, because I can't outtrade the Vayne and Yuumi can't outtrade the Lulu. So you need to just play for 1100 gold, get Berserkers, or 1300 gold if you want to get Noonquiver. And you just need to think about when you want to recall, play safe and avoid trading. Of course you trade back, but that's basically it. So you need to make a game plan, and the game plan of course can be like again, this is how you ask yourself, did I do good in this game? It's not like, oh, okay, I lost the lane in this game, or we need to analyze this. No. Where are you supposed to lose the game? Sorry, where are you supposed to lose the lane? how was the lane? You know, what was your plan initially? What were you supposed to do if this game is challenger, and what happened? For example, here we see Lulu with Ezreal, okay? Lulu with Ezreal against Nami, Lucian. This is a pretty easy one. Ezreal against Lucian, some people could say it's Lucian favorite, some people could say it's Ezreal. I think it's very, very dependent on support, but it's kind of the same. And Lulu versus Nami, Lulu versus Karma, Lulu versus Senna, it's extremely close. So this is a skill matchup where the win condition of Ezreal is he wants to poke, and most importantly, he wants to play for the push. So if he gets the push, he can poke, and if he can poke, he can get CS lead. So if someone is asking a challenger player on the street what is the job of Ezreal in this game, he's gonna say, oh well, he needs to actually build, he needs to get prio, most importantly to hit the minions, and after he gets prio, he wants to make slow pushes that he's gonna use to poke the Lucian, because obviously if you have more minions, you have an easier time to poke, and obviously as you do that, you actually build CS lead. This is the matchup. It's not necessarily about killing, even though some people will say, yeah bro, but Ezreal gets PTA, it's about killing, you know. It is, but that's like a bit of secondary. The pushing power and the CS advantage is like primarily. So this is the first game plan in this specific game, but it can be again another game where you play just to, for example, I had the game on my match history here. So if you look at this one, so I play Caitlyn Lux matchup against Rakan Ezreal. Like this matchup, I didn't play to win it, because I know I'm Ezreal against Caitlyn Lux, right? I'm not playing to win it. I'm playing to conserve my HP. I start longs to 3 potions, I farm with the Q, I try to get the push, because against Caitlyn Lux, if they get the push, it's over. If they get the push, you're done. If they get the push, you're just GG. Okay? So you don't want to give them the push, really. You don't want to give them push. If you give them the push, it's GG. So what you should do is that you should simply don't get poked, play slow, and well, don't lose your HP. If you're even in CS at 10 minutes, then you're fine. So this is what I was trying to really do. Of course, it was a bit ooga booga here this game, but this is what I'm not trying to win the lane. As you guys can see, I'm using the Qs on the minions, trying to get the push, and I actually got the push on them, but I'm not necessarily playing to like go on them with the Qs. I'm just going to try to push, because this is the matchup. There is no meaning between, oh, I'm gonna look to Q them, or not really. I don't want to Q them because I know we can't really kill them unless we're level 3, or unless Drakan gets something really good. So this is what I'm doing basically. I'm just playing super safe. I'm just, well, not super safe, but I'm playing based on the win condition. Win condition is I'm playing Ezreal against a Caitlyn Lux. I need to play for the push, and if I don't get the push, I'm just playing safe. All what I have to do is conserve my HP and get not a CS lead, but I need to make sure they don't get so much big of a CS lead. And as we can see now, I have 54 farm against 40 farm. This usually never happens in high elo, master, grandmaster, whatever, because of course if the matchup is hard, then you would consider that, you know, it's a bit hard to play the game in this matchup. So this is basically how you decide. Sometimes your plan is to play for poke to get a CS lead. Sometimes your plan is I need to just make sure the enemy don't have a CS lead, and I need to conserve my HP. Sometimes you just have to play for waves. For example, if you play Severe and you have like Lulu and they play Twitch Yumi, none of the AD carries should play aggressive. They should play for farm. They should try to manage their waves as good as possible, and they should get good recalls, as in good recalls when it comes to one, you need to have enough gold for a good power spike, whether it by Berserker boots on Severe or whatever, Nunkweaver, or obviously, and sorry, if you want a good recall is also obviously you need to have enough gold for the item, and you also, second of all, your wave has to be in a good position, and of course third of all, you need to see also the enemy AD carry, what he does with the wave, because sometimes what he does can stop you from, you know, recalling, for example. Yeah, so this is basically how you do it. This is how you make a game plan. I see lots of people, they always want to win the lane. And of course, if you ask a challenger player, no bro, besides is wrong, you need to also look at the summoner spells. You know, sometimes the summoner spells can change everything. I agree, like here I get heal, we have ignite, they have exhaust, which is extremely bad. In some situations, if Ezreal goes Conqueror, then it's different. If Nami gets Electrocute or if Nami gets Guardians, it's different because the level of aggressivity that they are gonna output is different. So yeah, some challenger player will be like, yeah bro, but this is too simple, you know, it's not just the matchup and the champion that you're playing, not just that. True challenger players will also tell you, yeah bro, it also depends on the jungle. If I have a Shyvana and they have Elise, or if I have like Nidalee, like super aggressive, and they have Elise, we play differently with the way. That is true, but I don't mean Grandmaster and Challenger. So this is a video for below Grandmaster, for Master 500p lower. This is what I mean, right? Because of course some people say, yeah bro, but sometimes I manage the wave based on that I have the Shen top lane, he can gank me, and I know on Challenger he's gonna come because he's gonna prepare his 3-wave slow push, he's gonna crash the 4th wave, he's gonna recall, he's gonna go bot lane, then Pantheon is gonna be doing it. Okay, I don't talk about high elo. In high elo there are so many more things that I need to take into consideration. Like jungle type as well, prio on lane, so roaming top lane, wherever it is. So this is basically how we decide. This is the video. Let me know if you guys like this video in the comments, whether you're seeing this on Patreon or you're seeing this on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.